Day 36. Today is not a story of triumph. It's not a feel-good tale or a motivational win. It's a warning. A final cry from a man who lost everything to gambling. His name is Robert. He's 68 years old. He lives in a government-funded old age home. His room is bare. A twin mattress, a single shelf with a few wrinkled shirts, and an old photo frame with a faded picture of his wife. That's all he has left. No savings, no family around. No one coming to visit. Just memories. Painful, haunting memories. He asked us to share his story, not because he turned his life around, but because he didn't. And in his own words, if telling my truth saves just one person from ending up like me, then maybe it won't all be for nothing. Robert spent more than a decade living inside casinos, not just visiting living. He would walk in on a Thursday afternoon and walk out on Monday morning. He didn't know whether it was day or night because casinos don't have windows or clocks. You lose your sense of time, of self, of reality. It's all part of the design. Bright lights, constant ringing sounds, free drinks, overstimulation. It's a trap. And he fell in head first. Remember seeing grown men wearing adult diapers because they didn't want to get up from the slot machines. That's how far it can go. And Robert, he was no different. He pawned his wedding ring, his watch, even his car, just to keep playing, to chase that next hit of hope, that one win he thought would fix everything. But the win never came. He lost his job, burned through his retirement savings, lied to his kids, said he needed help with bills, when really, he just needed another fix. His life became one long blur of smoke-filled rooms, empty promises, and ATM withdrawal limits. And while all this was happening, his wife, his best friend of 40 years, was silently dying inside. Not from illness, but from heartbreak. She watched the man she loved disintegrate. She begged him to stop. She cried, she pleaded. He always said, "Just one more chance, I'll quit tomorrow." But tomorrow never came. Then she got sick. Her health started failing fast. She needed him to step up, to be there, and he promised he would. But when the day came, when she took her final breath, Robert wasn't at her side. He was at a blackjack table. She died alone. And when he finally came home, it was too late. The love of his life was gone, and to make it worse, he couldn't even afford to bury her properly. He had gambled away everything, including her funeral fund. He stood at her grave with empty pockets and a guilt that would never let him sleep again. The one person who had believed in him to the end died disappointed. After that, it got worse. His kids stopped answering his calls. He had lied to them too many times. He'd call, and they'd hit decline. He tried showing up, but they shut the door. They didn't trust him anymore. He wasn't a father to them. He was a gambler. He's never met his grandchildren. Not once. Never held them. Never played with them. They know him as a name they're warned about. A cautionary tale. Now, at 68, Robert wakes up in a small, lonely room. No visitors, no holidays, just silence. He said, "I traded a full life for flashing lights and fake dreams. I had a family, a future, and I gave it all away." He wants people to understand something that took him too long to learn. It's not just the money you lose, it's your time, your energy, your dignity, your relationships. It's the birthdays you miss, the anniversaries you forget, the trust you destroy, the people you push away. And the worst part is, it happens slowly. So slowly that you don't even realize how much you've lost until there's nothing left to lose. And now Robert sits in that old age home, surrounded by strangers, looking out a window and replaying every mistake. "If I had just stopped when she asked me to," he says. "If I had just listened," but he didn't. And now it's too late. That's why he asked us to share this story, because maybe it's not too late for you. Maybe you're 25, 35, 50. Maybe you've already lost a lot. But if you're still breathing, if your heart is still beating, there's time. You can still change the story. You can still walk away from this addiction before it destroys everything. That's why the 75 Days No Gambling Challenge exists. To give people like you a real way out, a structure, a system, a daily plan, support, community, purpose. The very things Robert wishes he had while there was still something left to fight for. You don't have to live like this. You don't have to end up like Robert. Old, alone, filled with regret. You have a chance to break free, to get your money back, your health, your relationships, your life. But you have to act. Right now. Not tomorrow. Not next payday. Now, you have to decide that gambling has stolen enough from you, and you're done letting it take any more. Robert didn't get that chance, but you do. Take it. Join the 75 Days No Gambling Challenge today. Start fresh. Fight for your future. Don't let your story become a tragedy. Let it become a testimony. The help is here. The support is here. The tools are here. All you have to do is decide that you are ready. The challenge is free. The consequences of doing nothing are not. Don't wait until there's nothing left. Choose life today, before it's too late.